Hey everybody, it's Bus with Battles with Bus number 644. Today we'll be doing battle with Vanessa. And so let's dive on into battle. This is the mini patch, or shortly after the mini patch, the one that saw the ban of Armadillo and some of the other big Pygmalion things like Arms Dealer. And so we've definitely seen a big rise in Vanessa coming out of this patch since we didn't actually have any nerfs coming to her. And so you'll probably see a lot of Vanessas if you're out there battling this week. It helps for us since it was so brutal in the previous week, but bygones being bygones, I guess. Let's see what we can do now. And so, interesting start. One of the things that's really kind of grown on me this patch, or things that really grew on me outside of playing Vanessa matches, is the harpoon. I've done a lot of going for the port coming out of this patch, and the harpoon with the port, and then having ways to use it over and over again was quite strong against Pygmalion and quite strong against the poison Vanessas, but you can't count on that, and then some of the other dually builds. And so it's here. It's not something I'm willing to start with, but it is interesting. Also interesting starting with the shovel. You could try and high roll off of the shovel and hope to hit a good item at the beginning of the day, but the rifle is a fine start. This is a pretty high-powered early game item. It activates super fast. It works with a lot of single item kind of builds, and so that's where we'll take our start today. See what turns up. It's a very easy pivot as well. If we want to, say, switch over to a +6 poison or a +8 burn, we get the option for that, but none of the good items for this thing really turned up. None of the big high-powered things, right? We got the go wide thing with a single target item. The crit is what we're probably going to have to take this round, and then the burn item that also wants burn width. And so fairly weak start. Now, what I've been doing a lot of with Vanessa these days is just taking every single experience chest. Instead, now without the ability to level up as many of your items when you hit the level up at the end of round, it seems like I prefer to just shoot further into the late game. And so it gets you kind of two bonuses. It gets you up to where you've saved your money up to where you can purchase those kind of late gamey style of items. It gives you a little bit of time to figure out which direction your build is going, and then it also gives you the inventory slots and bonus health that Vanessa needs to pop off. And so as we do come in here, we've got an abandoned chest. It's going to be 2 gold, 1 experience. Glad to pick that up. Nothing too spectacular out of the early rounds here. I typically fight the single item type of opponents, but with the rifle, not something we're really super interested in doing. We'll go and fight the kimono. We could actually use silk for a little bit in the early game here if we manage to spike it. And so if you've made it this far, for the regular viewer folks, I know I've been a bit behind in terms of getting the content out. It's pretty tough to do with my new schedule and the baby running around and everything. What I think I plan to push forward with the channel, assuming nothing like fundamentally changes with the Bazaar, is going to be 2 of these long form style of videos a week. Like, I just do not have the time to do a daily hour-plus video recording, plus the time it takes to edit and make thumbnails and put the shit on YouTube and everything. And so I just can't do all that. I don't have the time to handle that for 7 days a week. I'm gonna commit to 2. I'm going to try and get 2 of these long-form videos up each week. If we get more, great. Hopefully won't be less. And then I'm also going to kind of dabble a little bit with shorts. I think that a lot of the kind of interesting things coming out of the Bazaar are just like the late game builds. And so being able to see some of that, and then some of the just interesting battles, right? And so it's really kind of unfortunate if you have this long form video and then you have a really neat battle in the middle, but everybody skips it because it's like hour or minute 40. And so I'm going to try and do a mix of the 2. So for the folks that still want to hear about deviled eggs and diarrhea and stuff, you got the long form ones. And then if you're just looking for more of the quick strategic hits, those shorts should be out there. So we'll see how that puts itself together. But all right, moving forward, moving on up, what are we going to do here? I've started to go more into the space of just purchasing skills as well. As you will find out, it's very tough when you go into an early game merchant and just want to skip everything. And so picking up the skills could give us something that would be pretty useful here early. I'm not opposed to really hammering in the idea of going for rifle or going for submarine and doing a single item build. We haven't really covered that on the channel up to this point, but none of these items really tie into that. And so we'll just look at the skills, see what pops up with this, see if we get a little bit more direction here. Lots of burn stuff, right? Medium burn, rightmost burn turning up. Not quite ready to do that. Heavy weaponry could be okay if we want to potentially look to move away from the rifle and potentially go for a submarine. That would be a thing, and it's a pretty low investment as well. We'll just spend the 3 gold and see if that starts to turn itself up. Now with these other ones, what's this? Get a small non-weapon item. Not super interested in that. Let's just come in and pick up the other skill. I think I'm kind of on board with this chasing after submarine. Oh, and look at that. Heavy weaponry coming in to really hammer us down that course. And so let's see how it goes. Up against the Vanessa. Unfortunately didn't get to level up, but she looked like she was level 1 as well. See how this shotgun booms it up, or if we get blasted by a double barrel in the beginning. Oh, it's the upgraded cannon. This is probably the most powerful start, I think, out of Vanessa in these in this new patch, is when you start with cannon and then you find rightmost burn. It's just absolutely incredibly powerful, getting the 150 damage off the cannon and then the big stacks of burn rolling through. I talked a lot of trash about the cannon in the previous video, but it's definitely handling this patch a lot better than it did in the past. But now we're running into the kind of weak point with Vanessa. You got aquatic item, which we have none of. Aquatic item, which we have none of. Vehicle cooldowns, we don't have any. Get the citrus, which is pretty garbage, or give your leftmost item +4 attack. And so it's something that I hope that gets shored up with Vanessa over the course of the beta. It's just one of the weaker points here. I'm just going to go with the get an aquatic item. Could have some interesting stuff turn up. Pufferfish turned up if we want to pivot over that way. Not super interested in that without the big poison buff at the start, but let's see what happens. So moving in here, we've got the strange mushroom that's going to give us some experience. Give me all of it, please. Move into this next one. And what's that? It's an interesting shot here. It's another location that gives us an experience, but I'm a little worried about being able to beat the opponent next round when all we have is this weak-ass rifle and a silk. And so I am going to actually go and look at items, see if we don't get a little bit of direction. And oh boy, the crow's nest turns up. This is just the pure build around for the single item stuff. So I'm definitely going to pick that up. Don't think we need to roll anymore. It's a little early in the game. It's a bit heavy on the money to come in and do that. And then we're we didn't get the guy. The dude usually in the middle that drops the cloak. So maybe that's a next round thing, right? Is that the problem? We need to go into the next round to try and find the cloak thing. Well, I'm curious if our start here is enough to take down the Warrior. I'm a little worried. Like, if we actually had like weapon scaling of some sort, did we pass on that small item that upgrades the one to the right? Honing knife, maybe? That would have been perfect for this board. If we had a honing knife, we could definitely take him down, but I'm a little bit concerned with this. I'm just going to go up against the mosquito, get some cooldown reduction, and then see what we can do. Definitely off to the races here. One of the things I'm kind of interested in with submarine builds is Vanessa has 3 vehicles. Maybe she has 4. I'm pretty certain she only has 3. And then when you get into the mid-game, that Arrow shop turns up. It's some bird-looking guy named Arrow that sells vehicles. And so now that items are much harder to upgrade, being able to just like go to that shop, buy submarine, and upgrade it every time it turns up is kind of an interesting thing to take on this patch. It used to be, it was just like, oh, well, you know, submarine's my best item, so I'm just going to take the free upgrade anyways. But now that you're either stuck with early game items for a long time or leveling up very specific targets, it's kind of interesting how that plays itself out. All right, so what do we want to do here? I'm a little interested in Licket, getting that +10 damage onto the weapon. We'll level up before the next battle round, and so we'll have the space on board to attach it if we want. Otherwise, we're just looking for a small item to try and make a reasonable use out of this board. We should probably just pick up the small items. We got plenty of stuff to sell. We could sell the puffer fish and the silk. If we found like a silencer or a honing blade, both of those would be pretty interesting. I kind of like the economy stuff of the ambergris and then the chimera, but they're just so bad in the next round. We got the combo though, right? We got the proboscis along with the chimera. That's how you come out here and really bring the thunder. Now let's see if we can't get a definitive upgrade here. Pretty much missed across the board. Can't take these weapons with the rifle. The illusory ray. I guess it'll fit. Take it just to make sure we have the item for next round, but that was a pretty big miss. Now, do we want to roll the dice with non-weapon items? Fuck it. That's that's how you get good, right? You just say fuck it. So not the end of the world here. Not really going to be interested in beach ball, but coral could be okay. Give us at least a little bit more sustain for the next round. It's fairly cheap. Sell off the proboscis, see if we get another at least usable item. Not really. Ugh, these were brutal. No like silencers or anything turning up. Alright, well, I guess that's it. We'll pick up the rope, at least give us some interactivity. What do we got? Loot, weapon, ammo, weapon damage, and burn. Ugh. It's another shit tier round. We don't have a friend at this point either. We probably, well, I don't know. I'm not super happy with how we handled that last round. It was kind of like we have to find something so we don't have nothing, and we maybe should have just said fuck it and given up on the round and carried the money into the next round. But I guess we can put 3 damage on our weapon. God, that's so bad. Let's just take the scavenger hunt. It'll at least let us level up this shield a little bit more if anything interesting turns up. Sharpening stone and pelt are fine. Yeah, that was not good. There's a lot of decent items we could have hit at this point. Like, I think they show up in the space of bronze. This guy's got a silencer, right? Why didn't we get one? We deserved it. He's got the cloak as well, scaling up his katanas. That's what we were wanting to get out of the PvE round, but the guy wasn't there. Whew. It's okay. We can still recover from this disaster. We can still recover. So what do we got here? I'm liking the eating contest just to pick up the bronze bars. We'll see if we find anything to get extra money out of those before the next battle round starts. Let's come in here and pick up a silver skill. Maybe something decent will turn up at some point ever. Oh my gosh, this is the large items getting plus 72. We're gonna so pop off if we can ever just come out and fucking find a submarine. That's where we gotta put all our hopes and dreams and focus. It's like, as we're speaking of large weapons, I know you can get that shield thing out of the etherite, but that's just way too greedy. We can fight the dabbling apprentice. He does do a bit of burst damage, so let's go ahead and sell off those items just to make sure we don't die. There's a realistic chance we still fucking die this round, but I feel a little bit better with the bonus health and the extra shield on the silk. Comes the next big boom. He's out of potions now. Alright, we're okay. We'll get out of here. Give us those experience points, please. Are we getting out of this round? Jesus fuck. How did he get extra... Did he get extra burn on us at the end? I don't know. That got way too close. Why won't he just fucking die? Oh my gosh. Is it the dagger? When you fall below 50% health, get the bonuses. Okay, I gotcha. So here, interesting. I love going to the mountain pass to fight the to try and fight the opponent, but we've got large items here. We've got to find submarine, or we're just gonna we're gonna completely fall off on this. And so, interesting round. It's got the cove in it. The cove is a very reasonable economic item. You tend to just like pick up the cove now for 6 gold, let it sit in your bag for 5 turns, and then sell it for 80 gold later. The big thing is if we purchase this, can we still get a submarine? And we can. We'll be selling the rifle if the submarine turns up. And so let's see how this goes. We can do that. We can afford the roll now. And there's the money. Oh, it costs 12. Jesus fuck. Well, I guess we'll just be reselling the cove. We can get a couple of dollars out of this, right? So it's like when we sell the weapon, we sell coral, that counts as 2, right? Everybody's out here watching Bust do math. It's fucking embarrassing. We want to sell the silk, though. Right, we'll be generating a bunch of shields. We want to just sell everything? I mean, the coral's not that good. We're about to buy an aquatic item, though. All right. Sucks to pass on the crow's nest as well, but this is it. Like, this is just starting to pop off, right? Getting the submarine on board. Just exactly what we needed. Okay, now these things like the weapon upgrades don't look as bad either, but let's look at I think we just want to take the meditation here. Only giving 8 attack isn't that big of a deal. I'm kind of eyeballing the aquatic item just because our board's so empty. Yeah, let's just take the experience. Don't have any money, but another round of experience. I gotta feel good about this though. Who needs the items on board when you got this big ass submarine, right? It's got to be ready to pop off. Got a scaling Atlatl out here. That's pretty scary. We don't have any ways to really like speed this stuff up. I think this is going to be a round that goes to Sandstorm, and I think we should ideally just have enough shields to fight through it. Well, I guess he's not healing as much as I expected. We popped a crit in there and saved the day a little bit. Ooh, okay, okay. The tides are turning. The tides are turning. So what do we got here? Not really interested in slow skills. There's some very good, like, top-end slow skills. Like, there's ones where it's like when your leftmost or rightmost item activates, then slow something. And then if you have a 1-second submarine, then you're getting a ton of activations out of that. But that seems a little too early here. Let's just go get a tool. Maybe we'll spike something sweet. Ooh, honing steel. That's the one I was talking about earlier, right? To scale up the submarine as we go. It's not something to take into the late game, but it's certainly good now. Now with this set, never need to go to sell weapons. We've got our weapon for the entirety of the game. I think we just want to come in and take the cheap chocolate bars. Stack up a little bit more health. Now coming out of these guys. Blood Reef Raider is ammo guy. Flame Juggler doesn't have any items that we want other than experience. I don't know what Outland's Dervish does though. I'm getting so much better at remembering these things. He has some cooldown stuff with the daggers. Let's just go for the experience point. I'm gonna sell these just to be safe. The Flame Juggler blasts you with like 50 burn right at the start of the battle. We should be able to fight through it, but losing some of these battles would be a disaster. All right, yeah, we're fine. Okay, okay. Making moves. When I was in college, there was a guy that I think, what was that defunct community college, right? The community college that was scamming people? Was it ITT? ITT Tech, was that the one that was like completely unaccredited but still selling courses to people and like collecting their money and giving them worthless degrees. That sounds like ITT Tech, but they had a commercial. The kept, I gotta quit making moves or quit faking moves and start making moves. And like I repeated that once, and my girlfriend at the time fucking hated it. And so you know what I did? I just repeated it over and over and over and over again. I forget how that even just came up, but that's what we're doing. We're making moves. Is that what we're doing? We're making moves out here with our submarine and shit. Fucking A. Making moves and faking moves. So let's see what we can do. Ooh, we can get two damage on our submarine. This is just another super shitty round. We got to pick up a friend at some point, which is just going to be the cooldown reduction on submarine. That's a bit of a bummer of a round. Now with these, don't want small weapon. Kind of tempted just to go to the docks and pick up a tool. Shield item isn't super useful, but we have the space on board. We could definitely fit in a tool for a round or two. The fuck is this thing? Reload a potion after 8 seconds. Okay. You have 4 regenerate. Not that spectacular, but whatever. And then when you buy a potion, increase the regeneration this gives by 1. I don't think we're going to be using that. Now we have items with high chance of upgrade, so we need to sell off this shit that we don't want. All right, I'm okay with that. We'll skip on the experience point here.
We're part shop, part museum.
This 18 gold, we can afford everything. Beautiful, beautiful. Got the gold submarine, got the silver crow's nest. Let's fuck them up, fam. This Pygmalin's like, what the fuck? You're you're only using 7 hexes and I'm still gonna lose? Yep. That's the facts. We quit faking moves 2 days ago. We started making moves. You want to hear about more moves? I could tell you about bowel moves. I thought that I got the E. coli from the carrots. Like it didn't hit that bad. It eventually subsided. Like I've had food poisoning before, and I know like how bad food poisoning can be, and it wasn't that. Like I had the initial stages of food poisoning, if you will, and that kind of subsided. But it hit me hard for 2 days. It's part of the reason I couldn't make as many videos this week. But it was like you start getting like the rumble in the tummy. And then you start like seeing the news to where it's like E. coli outbreak, and you're like, oh fuck, you know. I shouldn't have ate those carrots. And like I was just saying that as a meme. But then we actually went and checked the carrots in the refrigerator, and they were those Cal Organic baby carrots, and I was like, oh fuck. Oh fuck, we're so close to being national news. But we didn't have the right ones. Well, they could have been the right ones. They expired in October and not November, but you bet to see old Bust on national television talking about butt squirts and carrots. See, this is why I like to make the long-form videos on occasion, you know? You can't just get rid of this. I'll have time to build all this nonsense up. We won't even talk about the gameplay. I'll just tell you about coming close to shitting my pants and having Pepto-Bismol on hand, all kinds of stuff like that. You're welcome. Somebody turned on this video, set it to background, and walked away and said, what the fuck did I just sign up for? Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's move on, though. We got an abandoned chest. We don't want weapons. We don't want the 2 income. It's going to give us that experience point we want. Upgrade your leftmost item. It's unfortunate we don't have anything really good here. I guess Crow's Nest has to be it, right? We'll eventually just sell this honing steel. The submarine should be an easier find. The thing that I found myself using those for, or saving those for a lot, is like, say we held on to Satchel. You don't really have a lot of ways to come in and upgrade something like Satchel. And so I've been kind of experimenting more recently with hanging on to things like that so we can try and get those extra upgrades in. All right, here, though, let's pick up the chocolate bars. Kind of lacking in money. Preening Duelist might have like a haste item that we want. I don't think he does. Let's just go in and fight the mod squad, get that extra bit of experience. Come to battle with our chocolate bars out here. Making Hershey's, talking about Hershey's. Doing good. The Pepto-Bismol remind me, there's the comedian Taylor Tomlinson. I think she's She might be a late night host now. I think she's the one that got the late night hosting gig for like Seth Meyers or somebody that's retiring. But in one of her specials, she goes on about, I think she's talking about online dating and how she prefers to date older men, because as you like go out on a date with an older man, he takes you back to his place, and you know, as you're old, things don't work as well as they used to, and he's like, hey babe, you want to take a hit of Pepto-Bismol before we start getting down? She's like, absolutely. I'm not gonna ruin my day with that spicy Thai. I'm gonna hit the Pepto before we get down to business. I find that relevant because I always keep that on hand. My wife's the kind of person that gets sick and then goes out and gets medicine, but I'm the kind of person that has medicine on hand. And so I was ready. I was ready for the week, as we're going to continue to talk about turds and diarrhea and Pepto-Bismol and Hershey's. And so I promise you we'll stop right there. All right, so let's jump in here. This is an important shop to go to, the Curio. It has the bronze tier junk items. This is another place to pick up the cloak. And it's unfortunate we've passed on one opportunity to upgrade the cloak. But, you know, we'll take it if it turns up here. So let's see if we get anything good. Regen is fine. No reason for the weapon. Regen is fine. Cooldowns. Crit, you don't necessarily need crit, but if we're going to add in a swashbuckle, we can, you know, push ourselves up to 200 with this thing. And so 5 crit for 1 gold is not a bad deal. Oh, come in, please and thank you. I'm not opposed to Icicle just as an item for a little bit. We can just keep this on board and use it. And then Crusher Claws is a weapon. I was going to say it's kind of interesting with the shield and the submarine, but we can't quite use that. Now on the next set, what do we got? 5 weapon damage is great. I needed to stop and see if we had the give your items bonus value stuff. It didn't turn up. We can bring in knee brace to get a little bit better cooldown stuff. Like, I'm not certain the value on this. If you're not familiar with this, you can put the knee brace in, which puts the cooldown of your items up 1 second. So the submarine would go from 2.9 to 3.9. And then we use the CDR on it, like the insect wings, to reduce it. And then we sell off the knee brace. But the submarine maintains that percentage reduction that was a little bit higher. Again, I don't know if it's worth it. We can do it, I guess. Let's just do it so we can. I mean, I read it works. That's I didn't check if it was fake news or not. So let's see. He's at 3.9. He was at 2.9 before. Now it says 3.7. We sell the knee brace, and it says 2.7. So maybe it did something right. We dropped 2/10 instead of just 1/10.
Trash is tragedy.
Let me tell you all about some math I'm about to do. tell y'all about the mathematics real good. All right, let's get out of this shop. What do we got now? Items, gold, or travel anywhere? How much can we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna take the gold. It's too tough to upgrade at any of this stuff. All right, then up against Vanessa. So let's put the icicle in. I'm going to go ahead and sell all these things. Would be nice if we still had that cove, right? Selling these items, getting a little bit of economy out of it. But as everyone says, it is what it is. Don't have it all. All right, well,
I may be young for a
you know,
captain,
we'll
but
fill
I
out
see
these item slots eventually.
You should know. I'm a
Who even needs them?
legend.
Who even needs the slots? All right, big burst damage coming through. We should be okay. He doesn't have, like, double barrels and stuff. He does scale with the shark claws, but we should be okay in the sense that our lifesteal is massive. It's a fairly weak Vanessa.
Bring her about. I've got another salvo.
Can't feel good when you go up against an opponent that has empty slots and a single on-use item and you just get fucking annihilated. What do we got? Burn stuff, coconuts, friends, ammos, or cooldowns. We'll continue the cooldowns. Do the best we can with this submarine. What do we got now? Vanessa skills? Seems like these are all garbage, but you know. 6-second haste at the beginning. I gotta take back the garbage comment on that. Stunning strike's okay. Submerged is complete garbage. You get 2 damage for each aquatic item, 2 shield for each aquatic, but we only have, I guess we have 2 aquatic items. It's more than I expected, and then we don't need the permanent crit. And so yeah, Oceanic Rush should be good. Especially if we only have like the 1 target available and it just hits Submarine every single game. So I take back what I said. You're not that bad. Now I'm kind of leaning towards the medium items. See if we can't find a swashbuckler or something. I think it's kind of okay at this stage of the game. Could look to Torpedo. It's not the kind of item I want to keep forever, but we would lose the lifesteal on Submarine. Yeah, that's too much. What else do we got in here? Could Turtle Shell. At least gives us something. I think I would prefer to have like Turtle Shell as opposed to Dock Lines. Just scales up our Submarine a little bit more. The bummer with adding Turtle Shell is if we now like coin flip the haste. We want the haste to land on Submarine. If it lands on Turtle Shell, that's fairly shitty. But I wanna scale up a little bit somehow, some way. Now with these, Zookeeper can be interesting because he has Crook, but this isn't a round for Crook. I don't think Foreman has anything that we want. I don't quite remember what I think he has some kind of weapony stuff. The Sander, oh, it's actually 2 items that aren't that bad. The Sander's not that bad, and the charge thing is not that bad. Maybe he's okay. What's on the Enclave Weeper? The website break? Don't break website. Must be down. Too many people playing the Bazaar. Let's just go for those good single hex items. Right, if you pick up the Sander, that boosts damage and shield like we're doing with the Honing Steel. Then there's the Cog, which is just going to drop hastes. I thought Cog, I was thinking of Battery, not Cog, but it's still okay. Then there's the opportunity for some big items here if we miss on those. Bummer, we missed on everything. Alright, let's hit up BazaarCon. Where's the small item thing? 3 small items. We're out here rolling the dice. What you got for me? Just garbage? Ooh, what's this thing? Black pepper. Burn 2 and then charge adjacent items for 1 second. Not nearly as exciting as I'd hoped. I was hoping for all this charge stuff. It turned up. And then it was just shit. Just shit. Alright, health, toughness, and shield. What you got? Shielded pet rock, not quite it. Gotta be careful here. We don't have a ton of money. Seashell, It's like I'm moderately interested in Life Preserver, but it's kind of late in the game for it. Let's just leave. This is why I like to spend so many of these rounds just buying experience and buying skills. It's very easy to run into these shops and just completely whiff on everything. There's this like very specific collection of items that you want, and I think stuff like Swashbuckle is like gold or better. So I'm not even certain if we can find it this early. I think we're okay this round though. These big crits out of the Submarine heal so much, give so much shield. Game's lagging like a motherfucker though. Tell Raynad to go download some RAM. It's usually a bad sign for the status of the servers.
Next time, boys, less blunder, more plunder.
Oh, I don't have this. I was gonna pull up Discord real quick and see if there was a thing. What do we got? Ammo items, aquatic items. We still not have a friend. We can hang on to the Chris Army knife. I should have held on to that previous one, but we do have a friend. Vehicle cooldowns. I think we just keep sticking these cooldowns. See if we can't get that Submarine down to a second activation. Now what do we got? Large items, skills, and non-weapon item. We're lacking in the money department at this point. Let's just take the skills. What do we got? Not worried about crit. Use a large item, slow one item for 5 seconds is good. Crit we don't need. And then burn stuff. Alright, the net launcher, that'll activate pretty quick with our submarine. Now with crit skills, like, I just don't think we need these, right? We're going to have essentially 100% crit from the crow's nest, and then whatever a swashbuckle gives us, and so I think we can skip that. Looking to just take the stats here. Gonna fight the highest level guy, get the big money. Say, give me that big money, please. Somebody call up Raynad, tell him the game's lagging. Ugh. Did we win yet? This is so brutal. I need the flashies to happen faster. It's unfortunate this guy doesn't drop any good items. I guess his skills aren't horrible, but the rest of his items kind of suck. I guess we are using turtle shell at this point, but it's not a real late game item for the submarine. Raynad out there. He quit making moves and started faking moves, you know? I flipped it around on you. See if you noticed. Jesus Christ. Get those fatigues rolling through. Servers are going to go down, I can already tell. That's been the other problem with getting videos out this week. Like I saw on Tuesday that they said that there was a patch coming out and there's going to be a big downtime, and I thought it was that day, so I planned around not being able to play the game, and then I realized during the downtime that it was the next day, or when the downtime should have been, it was the next day that the patch was coming, which thanks for the advance warning, but some of us are a little slower than others, and I didn't realize that I was going to be missing out on all that sweet gameplay. And so got the E. coli outbreak, the fake downtime, the real downtime. Really cut into the video making. Oh, this is brutal. Come on, just fucking end. Just fucking end. It's like every second is taking 3 seconds. It's like in backpack battles, they have that slider to where you can make the combat happen faster. Slide it to the end to get this shit over with. Alright, we got out of here though. We can stop bitching, I guess. And the genie lamp. That should just be good for 30 gold. We'll pull it up when it turns up. Right, you get 3 wishes. It's either 10 gold, 10% health, or 5% health, or prestige. And yeah, we definitely just want the gold here now. We're pretty set with the money. Got a good reward for having to sit around for fucking ever. Now here's the guy I was talking about earlier, right? Here's Arrow, sells vehicles. We should be able to come in and get our diamond submarine. No? Oh no. I guess there are more than 3. Now here is the next thing that I was going to make note of, is I was pretty certain that that there were only like 3 vehicles, because I'm pretty certain that when we hit reroll, it's just going to cancel us out of the shop. And so a bit of a disaster there. Now it is interesting with Shipwreck turning up. Do we want to just go, full big item and put the multicast on the submarine? I'm not certain how I feel about that. It's like if we go with the something like the swashbuckle, it lets us like still get a haste item or something in here, or a charge item, or we can keep the honing steel in a small item or something. You have a lot of options with that. But if we add in the shipwreck, like Crow's Nest doesn't activate off shipwreck, it's just the submarine. I think we want to skip past that. Now here, get ready to file your bug report, right? Reroll the shop's merchant, and it kicks us right out. So so much for upgrading the submarine. I guess the game just freaks out if there's not enough options in the pool when you reroll, but it is what it is. All right. Do we want to just take... I guess we'll just keep taking the reduction on the submarine. We'll get low enough eventually. All right, non-weapon items. What do you got for us? We got all this money now. Got to be able to purchase something. Not the day for port. I do love port. It's one of my favorite items this patch. All right, well, we can take Cove. Recover a bit of economy. Honing Steel upgrade as well. All right. Not bad. Not bad, I guess. We should just put black pepper in, right? If we're going to be real, this icicle's not doing anything. We got crits. Black pepper is just infinitely better than capacitor, right? Have you checked out these two? Maybe it's just because it's leveled up at this point, but 7-second cooldown on black pepper compared to 10. So it activates 3 seconds faster. It charges adjacent items just like the capacitor, but it's on multicast, so it charges twice to the capacitors once, and it also does burn. I don't know about that. I didn't make up that. I didn't make that story up. But
we're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
Let's get these good battles in.
I'm a bit of a legend.
Be a lot better if we had our diamond submarine, but oh, dude went big. He's got the big ass item in here. Burn equal to the item's damage. Are we going to get ourselves out of this one? That would have felt pretty good if we had our diamond sub. God, this is brutal. This is brutal. Somebody call Raynad. Tell him we're not having fun. We're getting frustrated out here. I don't know if we can win this. He's got 200 burn on us now. He doesn't have any sustain though. Right? What's this thing do? Oh, give your lifesteal weapons. Oh, his thing has lifesteal. Huh. Okay. It's so hard to see how the game's flowing when it lags like this. It's just taking fucking forever. We're up to 600 burn. That's not good. I did the mathematics on that. He's about to activate his weapon one more time. If we crit, we might get it in. We're at like 98% chance to crit. I think we barely got him. Ooh, that's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. We wouldn't have survived another cycle. Okay. Like a boss, making moves out here. So what are we doing? Large item sounds okay. Still need to upgrade Crow's Nest while we're at it.
Hello, little sentient.
What do we got? Upgrade to Crove is fine.
The blade,
it starts getting
quicker the fight.
More and more money on the upgrades in the cells, and then none of our items. Bummer. That was shitty. So now that we do have the Cove back, these chocolate bars get a little bit better. Right? It's a little bit more palatable. Getting 50 health and then also getting 10 gold back out of the Cove. I'm leaning towards the chocolate bars. Like, we're getting to this stage to where we frequently need like 24 gold to upgrade one of our big items, and you know, we gotta make sure we have the money to do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and sell off this icicles as well. We're never gonna use it. Any of these pop up interesting stuff? We already fought Oasis Guardian, right? He was the guy that had the turtle shell. We'll just fight the guy with more experience. Ooh, that is scary. The Hydra thing is scary for the fast attack weapons like the submarine. He doesn't seem to be scaling it up. I think he has like when you slow your weapons game. Oh my god, this lag is brutal. Where are we at? We're 45 minutes into the video. Y'all aren't getting out of here for another hour and 15 minutes. Jesus fuck. This is it. This is what I signed up for today. I get to make 2 videos this week. This is the recording for one of them. Enjoy. That's okay. We're in the closed beta. The open beta starts up next month at some point. And then I hope it's smooth sailing come in January. I hope there's a couple bad days in January to where the demand is outstanding and the crowd is bigger than expected. Hopefully that'll come about. But Jesus fuck. Today. Like, I just saw the little heal he got and was like, God damn it, that means our submarine hit's not going to be enough. Got him to like 11 health, so we have to sit through this battle even longer. Ugh, there we go, finally. Jesus fuck.
It's over already.
Got a little fish friend.
Barely got our flags up.
Alright, level up. What do we got? Loot items, aquatic item, +1 burn. Don't want that. We'll sell the black pepper eventually. Cooldowns. I think we'll just keep up with the cooldowns. We'll eventually find a way to haste the submarine. So let's do this. Let's hit up Kev's armory here. Maybe we'll get I was going to say, maybe we'll get something like the powder flask, but the submarine makes the appearance. That's perfect.
Now this
Do we even want to
will
bother
inspire
rolling?
the crew.
I guess if we need the money, we can get 28 out of the cove. If we get like a really juicy item here at the end. Astrolabe's not going to cut it. Had to stop and read it because it's so good with the other fast comps, with the poison comps, but that's not what we're doing here. Okay. Alright, burn skills don't really want. Spare change is kind of shitty. Let's hit the small items up, see if we find anything. Nothing here. Going to skip the roll though. My expectations there are pretty low. Now up against Vanessa. Alright, nothing to change, nothing to move. Counting on our diamond boat to get the job done.
I may be young for a captain,
See what Vanessa
but I've
we're up
seen my
against.
share of
Poison.
storms.
See if the game can handle all the flashies. Nope. Nope. Not gonna do that. I'm curious, like how close this battle's gonna be, as we do kind of have the coin flip of that 6 seconds of haste, and the 6 seconds of haste landed on our turtle shell, which provides literally nothing in this match, right? As we're up against poison, they don't care about your shields, and so not only did we just like hit the worthless item, we're just dealing less damage, giving him more time to scale up. It's tough to tell how close this is going to be. He's got a lot of heal in here though, between both the seaweed and the coral. We're definitely not scaling up enough. But we can watch the game grind for another 7 to 10 minutes and then move on to the next fight. Alright, this should one more tick of poison.
Bravery without strength is a sword without a blade. Defeat does not defeat me.
Defeat does not defeat me. True. Alright, so what do we got here? Still interested in medium items. Maybe the swashbuckle will finally turn up. I'd like to sell this turtle shell. It was really fucking annoying how that round went. I mean, can we line this stuff up right to where... No. When you crit, haste an item. I was trying to think if... No, it's like we can't get all of both of the sextant and the black pepper next to the submarine, so that's not going to work. Alright. Next set, what you got? No swashbuckle, but there is a captain's wheel. That's probably okay for the round. Sucks that it's so expensive, but I'm kind of done with this turtle shell. We really need a way to get the haste onto the submarine. So let's do this. Let's sell turtle shell. Pick up the captain's wheel. Makes the black pepper awkwardly terrible, but we can manage. Small shield item. I guess that's a way to manage, right? Nesting doll, sure. Pretty low expectations there. Now, I'm curious about the sniper. Can we beat the sniper? Like, he has to have items that we want. I think we can shield up fast enough to where he won't just immediately kill us. Let's do this. Let's put the nesting doll in, just to have a way to quickly pick up a little bit more shield. And then see if we spike a good item for the cause here. Gold cloak, something like that. What's his crit on the sniper rifle? Is it 100? Oh, it's only 30%. Wow. Prepare to get mad. When that 5k crit comes in, prepare to get mad. Is he gonna get one more shot in before? Okay, he didn't crit. Say nah, not getting that bullshit today. No, thank you.
Every mirror, every shadow.
Cloak, come on, cloak. Come on,
See
cloak.
that plank?
Nice.
Walk it.
Perfect. So now we got the scaling we need for our item. Oh, perfect timing on that as well. So we can do this, right? We can take the honing steel out. The shadow cloak is something that scales up on its own, right? If the thing hasted as a weapon, it gets +7 damage for the fight, so we'll get to use the submarine over and over again. Now we can use the upgrade on the shadow cloak, because we'll probably never see another one the rest of the game, to where it shouldn't be too hard to find another crow's nest or now 2 hex item to fit in the captain's wheel. So that was perfect. Love seeing that come in. Now what can we do now? Items, don't want weapons. I'd like to replace this captain's wheel. There's no real reason to have it coming out here hasting when we have the shadow cloak. I guess if we need to, we can get the black pepper back in. But definitely want to skip on those weapons. Don't need the crit from the chum. Alright, we can handle this though, that's fine. Now let's take the temporary boost. Well, 275 health permanently is probably better than 340 health for 1 turn. No real reason to put the +25 attack on the submarine, I don't think. Okay, I dig it. So now we'll get rid of the captain's wheel. We'll get the black pepper in. And then, like, it's tempting to put the catfish in, just as a kind of like herder thing to get the to get those poisons dripping just a little bit, but I ultimately worry that, again, like right as the battle starts, we want that haste hitting the submarine, and then the submarine's going to get all the rest of the hastes picked up off the shadow cloak. I don't want to have to wait that full time for the submarine to hit for the haste to stack forever. So we'll skip that. Up against another Vanessa.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend
Okay,
on
okay.
Chicago. My fight isn't with you, but if
Definite
yours is,
improvement. Let's see how we do. He's got a scary amount of booms looking right at us, but we picked up about 1k 1k shield before he got to activate any of his items. Exactly why I didn't want that fish in there. I think we're okay for the round. Is he even gonna break through our shields? Nope.
you've got
Nice.
talent, you should put it toward nobler
Ooh, okay. Have we fought anyone that's not Vanessa? I can't even remember. Probably got mad fighting Pygmalion or something, but... Let's see. Let's risk some coin. We'll take the 400 to 600 HPs off of this. Or 200 to 600. Landed at 300, a little over average. Go us. Start to pick up these skills. Let's see. Large item thing is meh. Don't need crit. Large items picking up extra damage. That's been our bread and butter this game. Heavy weaponry coming through.
Bury that last
We
treasure.
can afford that. Get the fish out of here. Perfect. All right, so who are we going to fight here? I think Lord of the Wastes is fine. I was trying to think, like, Hulking Experiment. I've been playing so much of the port, like some of those Hulking Experiment type rounds give you things that play towards potions. Now the thing that's scary with this is this Dum Dum has the ability that when anyone uses an item, all items get crit, and so like we're going to be stacking up his Flamberge to 100% crit pretty soon, but I think we'll easily have enough shield to fight through this. He isn't doing a scary amount of damage with that thing. Yeah, we're more than safe. Okay. About to get to the 7 win mark. So that's the 7 wins is where it feels like you're really shooting for, right? You're really trying to grind to that 7 wins. That's how you end up leveling up. It's getting to 10 is pretty challenging. You have to have a lot of things go your way between the matchups and the way the items fall and everything. And so getting this far is pretty good. We'll see if we can't take it the rest of the way. Jesus Christ. Then get a +6 attack as a upgrade this late into the game. Don't need the crit. Take the aquatic item. I'm not certain what would turn up that we would use. 12 gold, so it's at least not terrible. Okay, though. Sells items. This is where things get kind of rough, right? This is where I talk about it being really important to be able to come in and just like buy skills and stuff. Get in here, this round's complete garbage. It's all weapons, nothing we can do about it. Come in here, wanted poster. We could take. Puts more crit onto the submarine. It's a little late to care about the experience gain, though. We've only got a few more rounds left. Oh shit, I thought we were just about to roll in to win number 7. Did we think we won against... We thought we won against a... thought we won against a... PvE round. Whoops. Alright, no Crow's Nest. I'm not certain if you can even find Crow's Nest this late. There is Tropical Island. A couple of useful things with it. It's a weapon. We can generate these like coconuts and citrus every turn, which are kind of fine. I don't think we would ever put it in over Crow's Nest. But depending on how the items fall, there would be some reason to get Tropical Islands in here if you're slowing off the submarine. I think we still want to take it, though. It's gonna give us a bunch of money off of this cove. Alright, so an actual opponent now. Another Vanessa in the mix. I thought that we were just up against that last round. I thought that last boss was a player. Bunch of green stuff out here. He doesn't have any poisons, or he doesn't have any freeze, so we might be okay. Our boat's blasting pretty fast. He hasn't chained off a bunch of crits yet. Oh fuck, he's got freeze at half health. That might be enough for him to turn the corner. The difference here is that last guy had 2 heal items to where this guy only has 1. So we might be able to punch through before he pops off. How the fuck did he heal back to full? He doesn't have a life preserver.
Like my crew says at the bar.
What a scam.
Another
Oh, he's got
round.
the captain's parrot. Okay. Get fucked, bro.
I paint my ship red.
Get that shit out of here. I knew we'd get win number 7. We had it in us. Okay, keep moving though. Large items. See if we can't get that crow's nest. Not here. Take a roll. Not here. Don't want the upgrade to Tropical Island. We're just going to use it for the citrus. We can go ahead and sell these. Try to move through this a little quicker. Pick up the skills. Might have to sell our cove at this point if something good turns up. What do we got? Crit chance when you burn, heal. No, thank you. Good with the haste. When you crit with an item, it gains more crit. No, we don't need any of this stuff. Let's take a roll. See some of those diamonds turn up, huh? There's one. What do we got? Something with burn. Haste stuff we don't need. More crit we don't need. When you have 4 or fewer items, get 1,000 health. I'm definitely interested in that. If we can ever, if we can ever find a replacement item out here. Now with this, like, do we ever want to fight sparring partner? We scale up against it. It should fix all of our money problems for the rest of the game. This is good. This is gonna be brutal. I'm gonna start the fight and then just stop the recording, and then it's just like I know it's gonna be so laggy. It's gotta lag so hard. I guess it's not that bad yet. It's like I feel like we should have been okay in this round, since we're going to two things, right? We're going to continue to scale up with the cloak on the submarine, so our damage is going to continue to get bigger, and then we're also going to have this massive shield for once we start to get into the sandstorm rounds, and so it seems like we should be fairly successful in this. Would have been nice. The upgrade that we should have done, like, I'm glad I realized this now, is if we for some reason don't get rid of this spices, whatever this burn item is, like the armor doll is providing us with like 45 shield, or if we go to 4 items we can have 1,000 health. So we definitely need to be selling that thing or getting rid of that thing, regardless of if we find a medium item in the next round.
Well done. I'm completely destroyed.
All right, we're up to the 32k health. Seems like we're still holding up. Submarine's up to 600 on the attack, 600 on the lifesteal, 600 on the shields. Doing the big work. As the sandstorm starts to lag out the game, gotta be here for another 2 hours on the sandstorm fight. I mean, we're picking up 1,500 shields a second. This is gonna take some time. What's our cooldown at? 2.3. So that submarine should be activating every 1.4 seconds or so. And it also gets those handful of charges off of the black pepper. I mean, the sandstorm's only at 300 damage a second now. I'm pretty certain we can hang out through a few more of these rounds. I don't know if we'll get through the 256 round, but the 120k seems pretty doable. We aren't out here putting up scientific notation or anything, so not like we're going to be lighting up the leaderboard. Saw 420 hit on the minuses. That's the important one to note. I think our shields are starting to go down. I thought the shields were up to 30k at some point. It seems like the burn's doing its work, but once he gets to that point to where he's dealing actual damage to us, we kind of get double heal at that point once the lifesteal kicks in, and so we might make it through this round. It's just like your damage starts to hit so fast, you don't necessarily get the time to activate fast enough for those double heals to be relevant. Yeah, we're not making it through this one. Okay, though, got up to 49 gold. Can afford anything that turns up. And we get a scrap. Nice. Alright, 2 EXP, ammo, cooldowns. or 13 damage. Take the cooldowns. Into this next set. Sells weapons, don't want. Gumballs, don't want. Max health it is. Now we look at the medium items. This is where the good stuff will come in, right?
Nothing huge.
No swashbuckle.
All
That's a bummer. None of these are going to do anything useful. I guess we just take barrel, right? When you use a non-weapon item, this thing gains the 10 shield. It doesn't activate off a ton. It does activate off the shadow cloak. Okay. I think I'm on board with barrel instead of these other things. Could just switch to sniper rifle, right? That's what that's what the build's doing today. And up against Pygmalin. All right. Yeah, that feels like such a decline in power adding this barrel in. I don't know if the shadow cloak even counts as a use. Let's just do this. At least keep the charges going on the submarine.
No, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
I'm worried about this though. We don't have any of the big time stuff going on here. We might be okay. 3k lifesteal hits. We should be able to survive the hits. The problem with it is the oh no! Oh my gosh! Well, I guess the 1,000 health. Well, it's of course relevant, but I don't know if we actually got it because the tropical island put this fucking citrus on the board. Huh. Okay. Well, it seems like we're handling the round well. We're scaling and he's not, so we might be able to take this one down. He's got full crit on the Beast of Burden. I saw the crit roll through and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Did you just luck into that one, or was that legitimate? It was legit. The thing I'm hoping saves us here is our activations come so much quicker. Like, we're going to get hit by this 6k, but now with all the sandstorms coming in, he may not get another activation out of the beast, to where we're definitely getting our activations out of the submarine. Alright, I think we're okay now. Boomed him. Get out of here, Pygmalin. Learn to scale, bro. Let me teach you something about scaling, Pygmalin. he didn't get the memo. All right, good stuff. So let's go to the shop. We got to get a fucking item that works. Astrolabe's not it. Shovel, a little bit late for that guy. Captain's wheel, just fucking literally everything. Can't take weapons into the skills. We'll find something eventually, I guess. Crit on the weapons, no. Don't need crit. When you buy, no, I don't really want. When you use a tool, slow an item for 2 seconds. Not bad. We just don't have any tools, and we're not really... It's like if we pick up the item that we actually want, that's not going to do anything. So let's take a roll. 30 shield's not horrible. When you slow, gain 2 regen. So I just try to imagine there being a way that we can get that regenerate in. Alright, whatever. So let's watch this, right? I want to see how this goes. I'm going to just start the battle now. We're at 5,500 health after I sold that regenerate thing. Now let's see if we have the 5,500 health when we start the battle. Okay, it says 5,517. I think that's the appropriate number. I think we can beat this guy. This is kind of a scary round. Like, one of the big pain points for our build are freeze builds, as stuff like this happens, to where they just freeze our submarine and then we can't do fuck all. Right, it's like literally the only target he has when the freezes come in. So it's a bit rough. It seems like we should be able to fight through the sandstorm though. If we are up against a player on the 9-win round, they're just gonna perma-freeze us. We're just gonna get slaughtered. But this is a beatable round. See if that frost potion comes in. Just frozen forever. Jesus. There we go. Okay. Oof. Making moves. What do you got? The frost potion did come in. Interesting. Alright, ammo, item, damage, aquatic cooldowns, damage, or weapon. We'll just continue with the cooldown. Says the submarine's at 2.1. That's nice. Well, I guess we'll take the large item. We continue to look for this crow's nest. I don't know if the crow's nest will even turn up at this stage of the game. Didn't show up here. Just gonna give up on the cove. Not worried about the little bit of gain. Now there's small and large items or non-weapon items. We'll go non-weapon. Maybe we can find a 2-hex item that'll work. Mostly garbage here. It is a little tempting to maybe put Frost Potion in and pick up Cannonball. So we would get 4 Frost Potion shots, but it's, what's it at? Silver? 2 items for 2 seconds isn't terrible. I'll keep that in mind. Fuck. I guess it is another collection of... It's just like, does this barrel even do anything? The time to find out is not right now. When you use... I don't think... Like, the Shadow Cloak doesn't count as a use effect. I just don't think that thing's going to work. Now, we could just take Fishing Net and throw that in, but that's kind of shitty as well. All right. So, is that... 6257 is our 5 item, so we should have 7257 when the round starts.
I may be young for a captain,
It didn't
but I've
happen. I
seen
saw
my
it go back
share
down.
of storms. My fight
What a
is
shitty interaction.
but if you insist,
So what do we got? Might be okay against this guy. We can handle the burst reasonably as the damage comes in. Feel a lot better if we had an extra 1,000 health. I don't think we would have survived it though.
out strength is a sword.
All right. Well, let's see what item enhancement we get. We've got to get that fixed though. Poison onto the submarine is fine. I think. Can we put poison onto the Shadow Cloak? So that we then expect it to put poison onto the submarine, and then we can save, like, maybe get the diamond stuff on the submarine. That would be sick. Didn't work how we wanted. But that is going to activate pretty quick, right? When you use the item to the right of this, poison 2. So it's kind of like putting poison on the submarine. I dig that. Now, definitely don't want small items. We have to fix this. Should have fixed that fucking forever ago. For the temporary boost. I guess the question comes down to by putting the 25 damage on the submarine. No, let's just take the 10%. Like, I worry that... I'm just going to sell this thing. That's pissed me off enough. I lost my train of thought. Alright. See if the server can handle the gumballs. I don't think it's going to automatically put an item in. Alright, next round. So, we're not doing sparring partner again. that just takes too long. Let's go to the hulking experiment. Maybe he'll have. Let's say maybe one of these poison things will come about. What are we getting him up to? Without a poison skill, we're not doing a ton, but if we get into one of those longer battles, it should still be a relevant amount, right? We got 40 poison at the end of the round. I think he might have done a little bit to himself, though. Alright, so friend, max health, weapon damage. Take the loots. Boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. What turned up? Burn. Did get a poison. Nice. And a freeze. We won't insta-sell the freeze. Might get something cool off of that one. So, okay. We got 2 spaces to go. It's still trying to find that swashbuckle. We got to get like a 2 hex item. Well, I guess we don't have to. We've made it this far without it. Let's jump to the skills. Like getting a poison skill. Like if we picked up, you know, your rightmost poison gets big thing, then we can boost pretty hard on that. None of these landed. 24 damage is fairly impressive on Submarine, but let's take a roll, see if we can't find a diamond. Missed. Just completely missed on this. No usable skills in there. That's a bummer. Now, haste, slow, and cooldown items. Oh, medium. Perfect. Medium is exactly what we need, huh? So I'm going to purchase something that we can just fucking put in the slot, and so lockbox will work, right? Your weapons have damage equal to this item's value. Fucking fine. And then see if we can actually find the thing we want. Of course not. Your items from other heroes have 30% crit. That's not going to cut it. Okay. It's just been so brutal. It's like, at what point in this run have we had like a full set of items that we are happy about? It's like we've been playing the full run with 75% items, and we've still got this far. It's fucking insane. All right, though. We got that 1k health this round. That's all we need. What's he bringing at us? He's got the parrot thing as well, so he's going to be... Oh, God damn it. How many freezes are we going to have to fight through? I was going to say, he's got like this... God damn it. What a shitty way to go. That was so not fun. What a shitty way to go. He just froze our one item the entirety of the game. We never saw the thing to get the upgrade in here. But nonetheless, reasonable battle. With this build, I think we picked up on a good way to go about it. I think it turned reasonably from being with the shotgun, the submarine. A lot of the concepts and ideas we talked about here are pretty spot on for any time that you run this. It should be a build that is also pretty capable of getting to 7 wins frequently, but having this build ramp up into that 10 win space is going to be something that needs a little bit of RNG, and it doesn't really hit that super strong unless you're on like a lot of item enhancements. And so with this, you specifically need to get the can't be frozen, slowed, or destroyed thing and put on your submarine. We ran into a couple of rounds to where our submarine got frozen, just nothing you can do about it there. And then ideally, keep a full board of items. The ideal last remaining item in this would have been the swashbuckle. That's the thing that gives the adjacent items like 50% crit, and then they get bonus attack for each % of crit that they have. So with our submarine, it would have had, a bonus 150 or so damage, and then that all scales with all of these life steals and extra attacks and everything. That's the big thing you're looking for there. But again, I think this was a reasonable start. You're down the path of single item as you pick up that shotgun. We got a whole bunch of these heavy weaponries right at the beginning, and that really just goes very well, very fluidly from point A to point B, getting from the shotgun over to the submarine. Just really wish, as you're coming into these final battles, you can't just be playing 8 items into a 10 item board. And so very, very painful not being able to find swashbuckle or anything to really put into this final spot out here. But nonetheless, good stuff, good fun, a lot of lessons learned. I had fun with that. I hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. So if everyone enjoyed the video, Hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way. And you had a good time watching. This is Busted Me. Thank you for being here.